On September 12th, 2020, we embarked on a mission to complete a Jefferson Nickels album through Just Coin Roll Hunting bankrolls. Here we are, January 28th, 2022, more than 16 months since we started, and we have yet to complete the first album. That being said, we've got a 2-box hunt today, episode number 71, and boxes 120 and 121. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. Like I said in the intro, we've got another 2-box hunt today, and we're still on a mission to complete this Jefferson Nickels album made by Dansco. For the Series 1 album, through 119 boxes hunted, we have 137 out of 138. Just that elusive 50D continues to elude us. And then in the Series 2 books, there's 2 of them. We have 125 out of 136. We're missing 11 through the first 19 boxes. And I took a peek after the first 21 boxes for the Series 1 book. We only had 9 slots left. So in order to keep pace in this episode, we've got to find a couple of slottable nickels for the Series 2 books. But no matter what, even if we don't do that, it doesn't matter. What truly matters is we find the 50D. We've talked long enough. Let me go ahead and fill you in on the 2 boxes. We've got 2 Bank of America boxes, and I already popped the top of this one to make sure we had circulated nickels, which we do. Doesn't look like it from those 2, but we do. And then this one I can see by the holes in the bottom that we've got circulated nickels. So let me go ahead and bring this one forward. We'll pop the top on it live and see if we have any lucky enders on the top side. All right, box number 120 of the series. See if we got any goodies up here. I don't see anything screaming goodies, but you know what? I do see my fair share of both older Jefferson designs as well as new designs, so that's always a good sign, if you know what I mean. All right, let's get right to the hunt. Roll 1 out of 100. I'll bring you guys in if and when we have a find in this first box. We're on roll number 5, and I don't normally film the 50s finds, but take a look at this 1951. It's in pretty nice shape. 1951 Philadelphia. Slightly lower mint, not a key or semi-key or anything like that, but still, I think in a mint state grade, it's still worth $2 or $3, and that's probably AU, but still a really nice find. Probably an upgrader for one of the albums. Anyway, just wanted to bring you in. We've got 3 50s finds through the first 5 rolls, plus this to go. Roll number 9 is going to yield our first Jefferson Nickels from the 40s. And it's a 1940 Philadelphia. Well, we're on roll 18, and it's not often I get back-to-back finds in the same roll, but I see a 1946 and a 1948. The 1946 is a Philadelphia. We'll check that for the Henning nickel later. And then we have a 1948 Philadelphia as well. Roll number 26, another Jefferson Nickels from the 40s. 1948 Philly as well. Roll number 29, and we have a potential silver nickel right there. And it's going to be a silver wartime nickel, 42 to 45, San Francisco minted. And it's a 1943 S. We'll take that. A little bit of silver for the jar. Maybe one we need, but no matter what, a good find. Roll number 30, yet another early Jefferson, a 1949 facing us, with a Denver mint. We'll check it for the D over S. Was hoping it was a San Francisco. That's a better date. And with that damage, that's going to be almost impossible to say for certain. But either way, 1949, Denver minted Jefferson Nickels. Roll number 38. We've got another nickel from 1946. 1946, Philadelphia. The other one wasn't a Henning nickel. I'll let you know about that one at the end. Roll number 43 is going to give us our second foreign of the box. I didn't film it. We had an 86 Canadian, but now we have a Mexican peso. $1, 2007. We'll take it. Haven't seen one of those in a while, although I found my fair share of those, and I've even hunted those when I was on the road one time. All right, 7 more rolls left for box 1. Will there be more good finds? Roll number 49. Kind of a trashy 40s Jefferson nickel, but we'll take it. 1940, San Francisco. Well, we have finished box one, and you know what? It was a respectable box. I like 20 to 25 finds, and we did hit 20. We got 10 in the 50s, 8 in the 40s, including a 43S war nickel made out of 35% silver, and a couple of foreigns. 20 finds is respectable, and we even have a couple of newer Jeffersons to check against the album to see if any of those might upgrade. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but got to pull them aside just to double check. Box one is down, 20 finds on the board. Time to move into box two. Again, didn't see any fancy enders on the top side, but it's what's on the inside that counts. Let's see if we can add more than 20 more finds from box two. Roll number 59 out of the 100 roll hunt. We found a couple of 50s so far, but now we've got one from the 40s, and it's a 1940 Denver. Roll 66, and we have a pretty nice 1948 facing us. It's not perfect, but it's better than what I usually see. 48, Philadelphia. Roll number 71, another 40s find. 1941, Philadelphia. Also time to wash my hands. These coins are dirty in this box. Roll 72, another 1948 Jefferson nickel. From Philly again. Roll 73, a 1946 Jefferson nickel. Another one from Philly, and so far none have been the Henning nickel. Roll 77 has a couple of odd colored ones, and they could be war nickels. This one I'm more hopeful about, but I figured I'd pull them out with you guys anyway. Yeah, that's just a damaged 78, but this is the one I'm more hopeful over. And it's going to be a Buffalo nickel. It's going to be a Buffalo nickel, and it is a Type 1. So it's going to be a 1913 Raised Mound Type 1 Buffalo nickel. We know it's a 1913 without even seeing the date. I don't think I can see the date. Yeah, we can't see the date anyway, although we know that it's going to be a 1913. I might nick-a-date the back to see if I can get any detail, mainly because I want either a D or an S on the reverse, and it looks like there could be something down there. Could just be damage as well, but it's already in trashy condition, so I just want to make sure if there's a mint mark or not. Man, I thought that might be a war nickel because it had the color, but it was super thin, and looks like it's a dug up example of a 1913 Type 1 Buffalo nickel. Let me use nick-a-date on it, not on the obverse, no need to. I know it's a 13, but let's see if we can get any detail. Probably not, but we'll try on the bottom on the reverse. Well, we used the trusty nick-a-date, and you know what? We actually got it to expose a mint mark. Let me go ahead and put it under the scope and look at how this came out. It's a no-doubter. You can see it. You can't miss that. That is a Denver mint mark, and that makes this a 1913 Type 1 Denver minted Buffalo nickel, and obviously with the nick-a-date and the corrosion, it's not gradable. But even if it was a G4, in G4 condition, it's a $15 coin, minus the damage, it's probably a $3 fine. But it's still exciting to find a 1913 Type 1 first-year Buffalo nickel, minted in Denver, 5.3 million minted. I'll take that. All we need now is a V nickel for the trifecta, or a key date. Roll number 87, hunt's coming to a close, but we've got our first nickel find of the two-box hunt from 1947. 47 Philadelphia, and we've got a nice run of nickels here. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, no 50. 49, 48, 47, 46, no 45, 44, or 42. We do a 43, and then the 41 and 40. Crazy. Nice assortment, lots of finds, couple of extra goodies, 13 rolls left. Roll 88, another nickel from 1940. And that's going to be a 40. I think it's a Denver, but it's a little bit beat up. Yeah, it's a Denver, 1940D. Roll number 91, and I had a polished edge, and I went to go touch it to go pull it out, and look what I see. That polished edge is going to be a polished buffalo nickel. Crazy. It has decent detail, but definitely been polished. Man, 1934. 1934, Philadelphia. Let me take some time to scope this, make sure it is polished. But it is definitely blasting with shine. Yeah, not going to be a proof. This is just going to be an over-polished nickel, but it does look really nice despite the polishing. Wow. 1934, polished buffalo nickel. What a beauty. Same roll as that polished buffalo nickel, and we have another one from 1949. And that's a 49 Philly. I think there's just a little bit of damage in the mint mark area. Yeah. Yeah, that's not an S, even though it looks like it sometimes. 1949, Philadelphia. And again, that is a polished nickel. Roll number 93. Continuing on with the finds. Another 1946 Jefferson nickel. This time Denver. Roll number 96. Yet another early Jefferson. 1947, Philadelphia. Well, this has been a great box, and we're on roll number 98 of the 2-box hunt, roll 48 of this box, and the third and fourth coins in are going to be a couple of 40s finds. But this is not the only finds of the roll. I went ahead and smashed it down, and I missed it by the edge, and back here, looks like it might be a war nickel. So we'll take a look at that in a second, but we've got a 1940 Denver. Also a 1942. And is that going to be a Denver? No. 42p non-silver transition year nickel. I almost said war nickel because the 1942, they did mint some out of 35% silver for wartime, and they also minted some out of regular nickel. But either way, we'll take that. That's the first from 42. And let's double check that one back here. And it's going to be a war nickel. And I missed it by the edge because it doesn't have the usual green patina. And that's a Denver mint mark. That's a tougher mint mark, especially if it's a 43D. But it's going to be a 1944 Denver. We'll take that as well. 2 war nickels, 2 buffalo nickels, and a slurry of years covered, if that's even a word. Let me get back to the hunt. A couple more rolls left. I knew the dirty coins were good luck. Well, we finished the second box of that hunt, and that was one of the most fun boxes I've hunted in a long time. Not because we got any key dates or semi-key dates, and you know we didn't get the 50D, but we got 26 more finds in that box for a total of 46 on the board. And let me show you what I set up here, just so you get an idea of how many different years there were. We had every single nickel in the 50s, at least as far as years represented, except for a 1950, of course. We had all of the years represented in the 40s, except for a 1945. We did have a 43 and a 44 war nickel, which is always cool. On top of that, we had 2 buffalo nickels. So 21 in the 50s, 21 in the 40s, 2 buffalo nickels, and 2 foreigns. 46 finds on the board. Can't get mad at that. We have a lot of nicer, modern to a little bit older Jefferson Nickels to check against both books, which I will do. Speaking of the books, let me go ahead. I don't think actually we're going to add anything as far as additions to either book, despite all the good finds, but maybe we'll have an upgrade or two. Let me go ahead and check them now. I'll be back with a look at the books. Well, I've compared the finds to the albums, and I will say first and foremost, we were able to use that 1951 Philadelphia that we found in this hunt to upgrade the one in the book, at least the Series 1 book. So we did get one upgrade in the first series album, which has been tough to find upgrades for, but we found a couple in the last few episodes, which makes me happy. Still no 50D. As far as the Series 2 books, unfortunately, yet again, we were stymied on adding any nickels as expected, but we did upgrade 3 in the modern side of the album and 3 in the other side, the older side of the album. We were able to use the 51p that we pulled out of Series 1 book to upgrade the one that was in here. We upgraded the 49p and the 48p. All pretty tough to find at 89 million minted, 60.6 million minted, and 28.6 million minted. So good to get upgrades for those. Unfortunately now, after 21 boxes for Series 2, we're still missing 11. And after 21 boxes for the Series 1 episodes, we were only missing 9. So we're a little bit behind on this one, mainly because it's been hard to find the semi-key and key dates, even though we're ahead on the War Nickels. At the end of the day, I still had a fun 2-box hunt. We're going to add 2 silvers to the silver jar. I got a couple of buffaloes, including, even though I had to nicodate it and it's corroded, a first year 1913 D nickel type 1. Can't get mad at that. Less than 5.3 million minted. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-box nickel hunt despite not getting any adders this time. But that's par for the course right now. It is getting difficult. All we can do is keep cracking boxes, opening rolls, and seeing what goodies we can get. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting. And thanks for watching. Nothing for the books is always a bummer, but silver for the jar is always a good thing.